My name's Quincy.
And my name's Kevin.
And this is Sentimental Men.
We're here to talk
and maybe scream
about our favorite women in musical theater.
But I've got brains and I've got guts and I am using that. You didn't see Queen of Versailles.
Mm-mm.
And now it's too late.
Unfortunately.
Well, at the time of recording, it's not like necessarily too late, but it's pretty close to being too late.
It's pretty close. I would say it's likely too late.
Can I just say, before we get into our wicked adventures, can I just say that Queen of Versailles does not deserve the amount of hate and vitriol that it is receiving/received.
Yeah.
I went and saw it with Kristen and thoroughly enjoyed it. And there's some bops in it. It's a very expensive looking production. I really liked it to the point that I was like, damn, I really want to see Sherry in this. And then I did have the opportunity to also see Sherry in it, which was like a thrilling experience and a very different experience. And if you missed it, you should be sad. And if you've been talking shit about it, you should stop doing that.
Like you said, I have not seen it, but I do agree with the sentiment that it's easy to forget that it's not just a show, like an amorphous cast recording that lives in the ether.
Right.
It's a real show, real people who are losing their jobs the week before Christmas.
It's also just I don't know, even with the Adina Redwood of it all, it's I think we should be applauding these women for lending their star power to new musicals and not just coming back in a concert or a revival. Mm-hmm. I think it's good that they're doing that. And I think it's bad when we all poo-poo them for putting themselves out there like that, and is going to lead to not fruitful Broadway environment. Look at this season.
A famine of original musicals. A famine. A drought.
I mean, boy, do we have celebs in plays, but where are the new musicals?
Celebs in plays. That's not new. The new is that there's no new musicals. What is it? It's Queen of Versailles,
Schmigadoon, Titanic, Beaches.
Does Schmigadoon count because it was a TV show?
Yeah, like Smash. Smash was a new musical.
Yeah, okay, duh.
Schmigadoon, Queen of Versailles, Titanic, Beaches, Lost Boys. Two Strangers Carry a Cake Across New York.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the fact that Titanic...
The fact that Titanic is playing the St. James.
You know what I was thinking about Titanic, though? The way to do Titanic on Broadway is put Ariana Grande.
Yes, I was thinking about that too. If it was a stuntier thing.
I mean, what's so amazing is I think Marla Mandel could really win Best Actress in a Musical this season.
All for it.
Because that performance in that show is stellar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a really kooky and weird and unsettling Broadway season. Do you feel that as well?
I do feel that. It feels unbalanced or out of balance, off its center.
I guess the last two seasons we had so many new musicals, but I don't know. Spread them out, guys.
Do you think there's going to be a little surge of announcements for the spring?
Literally no, and that's the depressing part of it all.
Beaches. If ever something called to be a jukebox musical and not new songs. You know what I mean? I just want to hear Jessica Vosk sing the song.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? I do think that's in it, though. I don't think it was always in it, but I do think it's in it.
It is in it. That's what the press release said.
Of course I remember when they remade it with Adina. That's the only Beaches I've ever seen. You're everything I was meant to be. There's also another good song in Beaches, 'Cause You're Extraordinary. And they're writing letters to each other. I'm excited that we get Jessica Vosk originating a role on Broadway.
Maybe Jessica Vosk will win Best Actress in a Musical. It's going to be her, Kristen Orla,
Leah Michele, Casey Levy, Shoshana Bean. I mean, Best Actress is kind of a slay category this year.
I'm hot.
We do have that to look forward to.
Oh my God. Okay, that's going to get me to June.
What new musical are you most excited to see in this season?
I am most excited to see Lost Boys. I'm just invested in the journey. I am excited that it's Shoshana. I'm excited to have all the girlies back on Broadway at the same time.
I'm excited for Lost Boys too.
What are my other options of what's left?
I do want to see Two Strangers Carry a Cake.
Mm-hmm. Me too. It seems charming.
It's
giving me In Transit vibes, which I say complimentary because I loved In Transit.
Amazing.
A map of New York, baby.
Okay, it's been a minute since we've gotten on mic.
Yeah. No big deal.
A lot has happened.
Yes.
Where shall we begin?
Obviously, the big green talking elephant in the room is that we have not made an episode yet about our non-spoiler film reaction.
How dare you speak about Alphabet that way?
I would never. You brought that up. No, I was trying to say because, like, the animals, they talk. Since there's already lots of discourse out there, you had, I think,
Should we discourse on the discourse? Well, let's do our thing and then we'll
that's for
discourse on the
later. Yeah,
discourse.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You had the great idea to do just like a top five. And then for the Patreon, we're going to do not a bottom five, but like five question marks.
5 questions that we have. But
Yeah,
for public episode, we will talk about the top 5 things that we loved about this movie.
right. And then it'll just skip to what we are going to talk about after. My first thing that I wrote down is I loved Elphaba's flight vocabulary. Like I loved all the different ways that she flew.
Which you've been looking forward to.
Yes, I have been. And it even exceeded my expectations. At sometimes it made her look very strong. At other times it made her look very cool. Like it was very motivated.
I mean, the whole opening of the movie, when she flies in and she's whacking the guards and surfing on her broom. I do think the opening of the movie is pretty stellar.
I agree. I really liked how they brought us back in.
I loved, speaking of the opening, right after that, the new opening sequence that they orchestrated and scored. I thought was really, really exciting and well done. It's like, here's where we are with everyone. We're popping in. You get some Wizard and I reprise, which was really gaggy the first time I saw it. And I loved the Glinda walking out into the crowd, la, la. And then everyone sings it back to her. So it like shows the spell that she's had over Oz. It was like a really exciting like entry back into the world. And I think it was good that we didn't just jump into thank goodness. Like it did like set the stage well and bring us back in a nice way before getting into the drama of it all.
Yes. I love that it was essentially like an entr'acte. Like it was a little recap of the musical themes from the first part. Like you said, a little catch up to like where the characters are now. 10 out of 10. A little overture. Okay, so that was my number one. What is your number one?
That was my number one.
Oh, that was your number one. Yeah. Okay.
These aren't in any order, by the way. I just kind of like
rambled
out 5 things.
My number 2, this is actually maybe a discourse on the discourse in a positive way. I really loved the As Long As You're Mine blocking.
That's on my list as well.
It is. God, bitch, we should start a podcast. Here's like an old school Kevin's Glinda Corner take for you.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that. Retro.
So I think that...
Why are you talking about Glinda and As Long As You're Mine?
It's not about Glinda, but I just mean like the way I'm thinking.
Nerdy and dramaturgically.
Yes. Okay. So I think that I've seen some people saying that they miss the like closeness of the two of them like kneeling downstage facing each other. And I think that is missing the point a little bit. Because in a musical, only once can the lovers come together and sing the love ballad. And that's for good. That's not As Long As You're Mine. And so I think that, no. It's not, because it's not the love story between Elphaba and Fiyero. That's like a little side quest. So I think had it been them as close as she and Glinda are in For Good, it would have weakened the impact of For Good.
I mean, I come from it from a different perspective because I do believe that like we can have the hetero love story and the friendship love story.
I agree.
Happening in tandem. I like it because it like shifted my perspective on that song and Elphaba as a character, where like they're alone for the first time and it's obviously leading to like an intimate moment. Elphaba probably hasn't had many intimate moments in her life, so she starts at a distance and is like essentially telling Fiyero how she wants to go about this encounter. Kiss me too fiercely, hold me too tight, I'm gonna need some help, blah 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 blah. She's like setting boundaries. It's like healthy pre-sexual conversation and boundary setting, and I actually thought it was very realistic for Elphaba's character to be engaging in that way and not just immediately being all over each other.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. I also think that it was an important moment. So much of the first movie is about Elphaba being loved for the first time by Glinda. And I think that in this scene, something important that it accomplishes when she picks him up and they fly is
Mhm.
that then she is in that moment, I think, realizing that she is capable of being the one doing the loving,
Mhm.
which
How about
then
that actors
brings
on
us to for
actors
good.
clip where David Cornsweet is like, "Good on you, bro, for maintaining your masculinity while being lifted by a woman."
I think that it was a poor choice of word. Like, I don't think that he meant it to be the way people are taking it, but I do love Jonathan Bailey's reaction. It's like,
It's like, who even thinks about that?
and I think it's like the important context is like that he's comparing to Superman.
Right.
I think that's the,
That actors on actor, whoever paired those two up together, bravo to
give him a
you.
raise.
Yeah, you're excellent at your job. Okay, I really, 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 really think that No Good Deed was perfectly done. And there's also been some discourse about this, but to me, that is like peak cinema. The way that they bring her to the flashback and she's at the school when she's one question haunts and hurts, too much to
Hmm.
mention. And she's
Hmm.
like reliving her life and like really coming to terms with and like realizing or kind of gaslighting herself, I guess, into like thinking that she's wicked. I really, really thought it was well done. It was kind of exhilarating to witness.
I agree. I think that it matched the energy of what happens on stage so well. Is like it all builds to no good deed. And I think Defying Gravity set the bar so high that then no good deed had to surpass that. And I do think that it did. It was so exciting from start to finish.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. Okay, you go.
What am I on? Three? I loved the cinematography of Girl in the Bubble. It was
Mm-hmm.
so dizzying, and like you never knew if you were in the mirror world or the real world. And there were so many, I think, clever interpretations of like putting her in a bubble
Mm-hmm.
within that song. It was really so fun to watch. And it was one after we saw it the first time that I was looking forward to watching a second time.
Yeah, it is like, how are they doing this? I was trying to spot the like scene cuts, and you can't really, it's really well done. I thought the catfight scene was brilliantly done,
Yes,
and
I have that too.
done in a way that made it like ownable for the movie version. It felt unique, but had enough of like the essence and the one liners from the stage version. I thought their fighting and the little quips they were doing when they were fighting, it's a little insane that Glinda calls her Greenie, because
Great.
that's like a pretty intense slur
Yeah,
in this world.
a little charged.
If you ever were like, come on, Blackie, that would be
Oh
crazy.
my God.
But it was funny. And
It
her
was
oh
funny.
shiz and Ariana's fake cackle at her, it was all really great.
And an excellent addition of Flight in that scene as well.
And Ariana did this, right? She did.
Yeah, she did do this very
Yeah.
well, as a matter of fact.
And then following up, I think the scene after that where Fiyero comes in and Ariana walks up to the gun and they take him away, that was all very well done, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was well done. And I like seeing Fiyero that moment of choice where he decides to officially abandon ship with the wizard.
Ariana's acting down in that scene too.
I mean, the whole movie, she's
Yeah.
acting down. But that clip that like I feel like is getting posted a lot where she like hands the hat over and like the
Mm.
eyebrow and then the lip twitches. Insane. I loved the Tin Man transformation scene. It
Thoughtful,
was
very thoughtful. To
so
have like the
thoughtful.
teacups and everything turn into him.
Yes, and like the visual clues that they laid leading up to it, and then the action of him chopping through the door.
Spooky.
Spooky. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh.
I was like, when did this become a horror movie?
Yes, I thought this Wicked Witch of the East really sets Bach up for March of the Witch Hunters
Mhm.
emotionally because it's a
Mhm.
little bit more about the consequences for him.
What I'd like to, on that note, is the addition of when Bach first leaves Nessa and he's like, I'll see you soon, or I'm sure we'll see each other or something. And she goes, oh, I know. Cut to him going on trying to get onto the train station. It's
Yeah.
like, where's your permit? No munchkins allowed. That I thought like really helped to paint the picture of what was actually happening in Oz in a way that the
Mhm.
stage show doesn't. It just is like, oh, right, this is like a very intense thing that is happening to everyone.
Yes, and to see the moving parts of like what the wizard is up to at the same time as Nessa Rose is, putting all the whatever into effect.
We talked about it in the reaction episode, but now we can talk about it actually. The diabolical shot of Ariana and Cynthia on both sides of the door
Hmm.
that has since come out that was improvised.
Hmm.
Crazy.
Insane. I mean, that was an audible gasp. And I think the first time I watched it, I think that was the only time that I cried, like that I
Mm.
got a tear.
They're both so in it too.
They're both so in it, and the 1-2 punch of I love you too, and then the hands on the door,
In a shot that feels like it lasts forever.
it lingers there just the perfect amount of time. Yeah, oh, it was so good. And it's like the perfect button to For Good. I think it's easy to get swept up in the romanticism of For Good because it's, this poetic language and it's big and it's sweeping, but it is a goodbye song. And
Mm-hmm.
so to see like a physical barrier between them
Yeah.
was really lovely.
Well, and I mean, and then you watch Glinda watch Elphaba die from the closet, which is also really paints some major stakes.
I loved how isolated she was in that moment because on stage it's such a big effect. Like it's more about the melting and she's kind of like down by the
Mm-hmm.
trapdoor. So to focus that moment on Glinda,
Did you go through all five?
I did go through all five.
I don't know how many I've gone through, but I have one more. It's
Okay.
Ariana's when she's like talking about a morable, like, have you ever considered how do you fare in captivity? And
Yes.
she does like a look outside over there, and she like
Yes.
points behind. She's like so locked in and serious and is like, I'm handling business now, but still.
Yes. It's like a little moment of physical comedy that has been on pause for 2/3 of the movie.
She's like, still got it. I did really like this movie.
I did too, but it feels nice to address the question marks.
It truly is such an impressive feat what the
Mhm.
entire Wicked team pulled off with this whole endeavor. To commit to this long of a journey that far in advance and to like be so successful in carrying it out is really congratulations and bravo. And thank you.
Yes, and thank you. Something I liked overall about this movie is I think it felt obviously like act 2 of the show, but it felt like its own sequel too. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think that a lot of the changes that they made this movie feel like its own movie and
Mm-hmm.
not like we just cut one movie in half.
Oh, my family all went to see it and they said they liked this movie better than the first one.
That's interesting. I wonder if
Yeah.
that is a common opinion in like non
Normies.
yeah, like in non-musical.
Well, my sister was like, it has the best song. It has For Good. And I was like, is that what is seen as the best song of Wicked? But then I was like, yeah, I guess, because that's the song that's like done at graduations
Right, that's a
and
song people
yeah,
know.
it was
Yeah.
so interesting. But then she also did flag that she knew more songs in Act One than she did in Act Two, but For Good is in Act Two.
Interesting. Well, I do
Yeah.
trust your sister and her taste. So,
It was a shocking take. We've also been up to a lot of Wicked shenanigans. So, first time we saw Wicked, we went to the Friends and Family Broadway screening. That was really special. Second time, we went to the premiere at Lincoln Center. That was really special for other reasons. Third time I saw Wicked. Have you seen it again since the premiere?
not yet. I'm gonna see it again over Christmas.
I probably will too. Third time that I saw Wicked was at a rowdy screening hosted by my friends Nick Rizzo and Sam Gold that they did last year. I did not attend, but I was like, I must attend this year.
Yeah.
And we've posted videos on social. I just need to say, obviously, that was a private screening where the entire theater was
It
bought
was
out.
there for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like so many
Yeah.
angry comments about like, people, you're ruining the movie, blah, blah, blah.
You know what that means? There is a famine, a shortage of Rocky Horror Shadowcasts left in this country. If people are not familiar with the idea of like a rowdy screening of something, we're failing.
And it was like incredible. Like they had the thing fully casted, full costumes. They had props, they had sets, blah, blah, blah. It made the viewing experience, I think, really fun. For the third time, really fun. Obviously, that's not going to be your first time seeing it. It was no one in that theater's first time seeing it. Everyone at that theater bought a ticket for that experience. And I would encourage everyone to like do something similar in their towns because it was like community. It was like really special and fun and exciting and a great way to experience the movie.
I hope that when the movie's available at home,
Sure.
that like even not even like at a movie theater, like do it at your gay bar. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah,
Because I'm not sure how they did it. I think the tickets were like $50, so that insinuates some sort of like rental fee for the theater plus all
sure.
of the props and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, that was a great experience for $50. It was amazing.
Yeah. Ah, so fun.
Yeah. Okay. What did you do today?
Speaking of seeing Wicked at home, today, at the day of recording, I went to an event celebrating the release of Wicked viewable at home. So this event that I went to today was at the art museum at Chelsea Piers, and it was closed just for us Oz girlies today. And they adapted, if you're listening, it's a museum, like an interactive museum, like a sensory interactive museum where each room has kind of like a theme. And they adapted each room to like relate to Wicked in a way. So like they have one room that has kind of like a twister in it, like a tornado in it. And so they like did that and they played No Good Deed in that room and they added like lightning effects to it. And then there's a room that is like activate your sense of scent and it all smells like roses. And so that was kind of like the Glinda's wedding room and they had the wedding dress out so you could see and the whole room kind of smelled like
The
roses.
actual wedding dress?
Yeah. So they
Oh.
say, I never know if like when they say the
Hmm.
costumes, I'm like, is it like
Yeah.
is Ariana Grande's costume at the AMC at Lincoln Center? I don't know. It seems to be a lot of places, but it was beautiful. And a lot of the rooms were really cool, especially they have this room that's kind of like Instagram famous where it's like mirrors on all
Hmm.
walls and the ceiling and the floor and it's kind of like galaxy looking and in that room they turned them into these kind of like hanging gems that looked like hot air balloons and in that room they were playing Wonderful. Then they recreated the broom, the double broom for you to sit on and swing
Oh,
on.
cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. All of that was after we watched the Making of For Good documentary, which
How
is
long? Like a full length documentary?
well, it's like an hour, I would
Okay.
say,
Wow.
which I wish they would have told us we were gonna like sit and watch a movie for an hour because that was a
Hmm.
surprise. I thought we were gonna watch like a clip, but it was kind of like the screening we went to for the first movie, like like couches. Everybody was very like loungy. It was really
Hmm.
fun. The documentary itself was so good. I like
Really?
cried twice watching
Oh,
it
wow.
because it's very much like it's exactly what people who love the musical are going to want to see behind the scenes. Most importantly, it has the footage of shirtless Jonathan Bailey chopping wood that was cut from the
Are
friendship
you
montage.
serious?
And that is an image I will remember for the rest of my life. It is so hot. I understand why they had to cut it.
We
It
didn't even
would
get a nipple in as long as you're mine.
the movie would have become about that. It is so hot. And
Wow.
then they also have,
I should have
because
gone
now
to
I'm like
this.
now kind of
Fuck.
remembering reading the screenplay. They have the shot then of Bach,
Is he
like
shirtless
kind
too?
of not shirtless, but he's in kind of like a tight, like Henley shirt. So it's
Okay,
like
I can see
kind
it.
of like open.
Yeah.
And he also hot.
Yeah.
Like
His body's insane.
his body's insane. If I was Jonathan Bailey and or Ethan, I would be so mad that that got cut because the body is so T. Like you, like he had to have been killing himself. No carbs, no water. He
Wow.
looked like a Marvel
Did you take a picture of it?
superhero. No, I mean you'll see it.
I know, but I want to see it now.
I'll ask around and see if anybody got a picture. It was a really cool event and it was a really fun, special thing to kind of like cherry on top this experience, this 2-year experience with the movie.
When
Yeah,
does it come out?
it was really cool. The movie is going to be, you can watch it at home on December 26th.
Okay.
And the doc, I don't even think the doc is like officially announced yet. I was getting the vibe that maybe it's going to be like dropped with the,
Like an extra, yeah.
yeah. And
Wow.
they're
Okay.
also releasing on the 26th a sing-along version of it. And they said there's going to be like hella bonus, like deleted scenes and stuff.
I hope a deleted scene is that forest scene.
I hope so. It'll become the most re-recorded clip in America. It was insane, Quincy. I'm getting hot thinking about it.
Okay, I saw my first non-replica production of Wicked
I'm
last month.
so jealous. And what a non-replica you saw, bitch.
Well, first of all, it was my first like professional theatrical going experience in Madrid, which was just kind of cool to see. Because what's so interesting about Madrid is like they do really have a theater scene, or it feels like, and from what I've heard, they're like it's like becoming a thing, and it's a little bit being looked at in the way that we view like out of town, where it's like you build your show in Madrid before sending it to London, so that because it's like cheaper to do it. But they do have like a Times Square. It's so funny, I've been to Madrid so many times at this point, and I can't tell you the name of the Times Square area, but it's like where all the tourists are, all the stores, and they have all the theaters, and it's like Book of Mormon, Come From Away, Prima Faci's playing. Like it is very, and like
Commercial.
buses are driving around, and there's like Gypsy and Cabaret, and it's like there's much more of a scene there than I think people realize, and I definitely realized.
Yeah.
And so Wicked there is produced by ATG, which is a big theater producer here and theater owner here. But it's a non-replica production at this stunning theater where they have, so you walk into the theater, it's gorgeous. They have bars in the lobby, but there's also bars on both sides inside of the orchestra, on either side of the orchestra. So like you can like walk from your seat to a bar.
That's the first thing. Great experience. You can drink during the show.
But it's like,
You can
and it was so
top
cheap
off.
too. Like, and it's fancy. Like they sell cocktails in glasses, and they sell you popcorn in like a wicked like fake metal bucket, and it's like it just feels like much more lush experience. It was all in Spanish, which doesn't matter for me because you know what's happening. I went with my boyfriend and my boyfriend's kids. The youngest kid is very wicked pilled because of me, and he isn't also taking Spanish. He's like 5. And in the opening scene, he turns to me and he goes, "She just said she didn't eat grass as a kid." And I was like, that's pretty good. But also, like, the kids have seen the first movie. We haven't taken them to the second movie yet. And so they know Act 1. Act 2, obviously, is in Spanish and a lot happens. So during Wonderful, he leaned over and he goes, "What's happening?" And so I started to live sing Wonderful in English in his ear. As Wonderful was happening on stage. And then I just started doing that, like live translation for the rest of Act 2. And I was like, yeah, I know this book.
Wow. Could we be the swings at the Gershwin? I feel like yes.
100p.
I had like what would be an actor nightmare where I like found out I had to go on as like a random ensemble track in Wicked, and I wasn't even nervous in the dream. Like I was literally like, yeah, where's my trench coat?
Yeah, I think we could
Throw
do it.
me in.
I would need like a put in day of, and then I could do it. But it was very cool to see a non-replica production. The like base set. It's interesting because on the one hand, it's like you get so used to what Broadway looks like that you're like, this could use an update. And then you see something else. And it really actually did make me realize kind of like all of the genius and machination that went into how Broadway looks and feels and is staged too. It just like all of it flows. And that's not to say this non-replica one didn't, but it did like give me a greater appreciation for the Wicked that we know. That being said, there were a lot of really cool things. Like when, first of all, Glinda comes down in a bubble, she's seated in a bubble. Like she has a throne in a bubble and comes down, which I just kind of felt bad for the actress having to sing that high, like seated. But that was a change. And then when Glinda, like she had a father and a mother and they do the "have another drink, my dog eye beauty," it like turns into like almost like a Wizomania like theater performance. So they bring up like a fake backdrop and they come out and act out the like history of Elphaba's parents.
Dragon clock.
And all the Aussians come and sit at the lip of the stage and look upstage and are like watching the performance of Elphaba's passed.
I love that. That's a really cool
Yeah, it was interesting.
adjustment.
The alphabet is sick. Her name is Christina Picos. Her voice is insane. I posted
Yeah.
her No Good Deed. She should come to Broadway, but
Yeah.
she's incredible. Interesting dramaturgical thing that I'm curious your take on. Thank goodness. After Glinda and Fiyero go and have their little moment, like, you don't want this,
I'm
you
always
want
happy.
this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fiyero leaves, and then Glinda sings, I couldn't be happier. No. Because getting your dreams is strange, but it seems alone, like in a supposed like offstage dressing room or something, while Madame Morrible is still out there propagandizing the Aussie. So she's
Mm.
having like an introspective moment, which I do understand the choice. Like when it first happened, I was like,
Hmm.
brilliant. As it continued, I was like, I'm not sure it makes dramaturgical, or it makes dramaturgical sense. It's not the best dramaturgical choice, I think, because I think having her communicate that to an audience, like, communicates the presentation versus reality a little bit heavier
Hmm.
handed. But it was very cool to see that done as like this intimate moment with herself. It was almost like Girl in the Bubble coded. Like it
Hmm.
had that energy, but she was singing the second portion of Thank Goodness.
Interesting. I mean, I like that as an idea. And I do think that like something I liked so much about part two of the movie is it like spells out plainly what is on stage something you kind of have to fill in for yourself, which like is this like propaganda narrative morphing element. And
Mm-hmm.
so I like having that present on stage more. But I
Because
could
she's
see.
singing that as Madame Morrible's like slow motion, like talking to the crowd kind of a thing.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds very cool.
It was just cool to see like a different choice made in Wicked, honestly. Another thing, the wizard in this production is a flaming homosexual, not the actor, although probably, but like even the costume is just like the most flamboyant thing. And
Yeah.
it works so much better to the point at the end I was like, oh, every wizard should just be flaming, flaming, flaming. And then I was like, I guess he does have to be Elphaba's dad. So that like is a little, but I was like, we can suspend disbelief for that.
I feel like there is like a genre of middle-aged male character actor that is like foppish is a better word than flaming. Like that just like think about what's his name who was in Mrs. Doubtfire as
Ron
the
McClure, Mark Evans.
no as the like TV host and he's always like
Oh, like on TV, on in the movie. Go to the Broadway
no,
version.
no, 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 no. Broadway.
TV host.
When he goes to the studio and there's the old man doing the TV show and he's like, you need to
Oh,
freshen stuff.
Mr. Saki.
Yes, someone like him
I don't even
who's
remember
just
that.
kind of like, because I'm obsessed with him. I couldn't tell you his name, but I'm obsessed with him.
But okay, what I will flag is the wizard in this production was like zaddy flamboyant gay.
Oh, okay.
Like he was a zaddy in like this like fire flame coat and like rainbow, not rainbow, but like very colorful, like tight tailored thing. Like it, he was a zaddy and he was flamboyant.
I'm wondering if how flamboyant he was and how much of it is you thought he was hot. How much of this are you projecting onto this man
Yeah,
now
have I
that I
ever been
understand
attracted to
you?
a wizard before? I guess not, now that we think of it.
You're like, this is great. There's bars on each side of the orchestra, and there's one more hot character in the show.
Javier Ibarz? No, he's not giving
Yeah, he's
hot.
dapper.
The Mago de Oz.
La Mago.
Bruja. That's what they call witches.
That's such a good. Like, you have to make such an ugly face to say that word.
What I will say is like, I don't know if anyone has apprehension of seeing an international production of Wicked. If you are a listener of this podcast, you're probably fine because you know the show. So it's
Yeah.
like even as I'm recounting it to you right now, it's all in English in my head. So it wasn't as like jarring of an experience as I thought it was going to be to see it in Spanish. And it makes me want to see more. I really want to see the Brazil production.
Yeah, I want to see them all.
It was great. It was so cheap. It was like theater in Madrid. Check it out. Yeah. Any other final comments? Oh, the Fiyero was really hot too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Nessa Rose was so good. Speaking of Wicked Witch of the East, like she sang it down and acted it down. It almost felt like a telenovela I was watching because it was like so big. It was amazing.
I love a choice.
It was really great. I think it's like funny because Wicked is like being treated like a new musical there in the sense where it's like if it does well, it's gonna like keep running, but if it doesn't, then it's gonna stop. It's so fascinating. And this is co-signed by Schwartz. Schwartz was there like a week before I saw it to see it. It's like an official production. It's just they greenlit it to not be replica.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm so curious how those decisions get made too.
I'm sure it has a lot to do with money.
As in, it's like cheaper to do a non-replica?
Well, I'm sure they are making money. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think
Right.
they would mess with the brand of, because like Wicked on Broadway and its replicas are so iconic that I would imagine it's a big risk to let other interpretations
Yeah.
muddy that. So
That's
I
why I'm
have,
like, why do Madrid and Brazil get to do a non-replica?
yeah.
Like, what about those markets? It's very interesting. Okay, that's the update. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa,
Happy 2026.
Happy 2026.
We did it. Next stop, the Academy Awards for the girls.
Fingers crossed. Do you think we'll get another live performance? Remember last year when I was like, do you think we'll get a live performance? And you and Marsha both like jumped at me and were like, no, why would that happen?
I genuinely, I'm glad it happened. I still don't understand why it did though. Like I'm so happy we have that.
They were nominated for Best Picture.
So were 5 other movies.
They don't have songs.
Maybe it would have been. Anyway, I'm happy it happened. I'm happy I was wrong.
Maybe we'll get No Good Deed, and no, we'll probably get Girl in the Bubble and No Place Like Home at the Oscars.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Yeah, great to catch up. Great to talk to you all. See you in the new year. Who can split screen? Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because my favorite TikTok was that shot of Ariana on the balcony, like looking for Alphaba. And someone posted on TikTok, we just got to the scene and my mom asked, she's not going to jump, is she? Okay, bye. You've been listening to Sentimental Men.
If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by leaving a rating and a review on whatever platform you're using to listen.
And to be sure you never miss a new episode, subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever else you get your podcasts.
If you're looking for a way to support the pod, you should join us on Patreon at patreon.com/sentmenpod. Patreon members get early releases, extended episodes, and more exclusive content.
Special thanks to Julia DeMarzo and Michaela Reynolds for our logo design and key art photography.
To get in touch, find us on TikTok, Instagram, or X at SentMenPod, or shoot us an email at sentmenpod@gmail.com.
Till next time, I'm Quincy.
And I'm Kevin.